You are now listening to a new episode of Man ShutUp. I am WALLYWORLD. Check this out. Season 3, episode 10. We are halfway through. We did pretty good, G. In order to have these things in order so fast. So we're gonna get right to it. The title of this one is Express Yourself. Now, if you notice that we gave you part 1 and part 2 of the reflection, where I give you a little taste of things that I had to do behind closed doors in order for me to fix ourselves, I encourage everybody to try to repair themselves. And sometimes it's not the people that we can point our fingers on. We have to identify that a lot of things that we do and we have going on is because we are not willing to fix what's within. This episode takes you out of that darkness and bring you into the light. I got one more day before my birthday, so you know I'm really gonna make sure this is good, because I'm gonna take a little break for a moment. But express yourself, which means when I say express yourself, I'm not saying be a loud ass. I'm not saying talk, and be disrespectful, because I'm gonna tell you right now, at points I can be, but I already identify that as well. But that's a part of expression. Sometimes you have to find out what's the root reason of somebody doing that. So, while we in the moment in the middle of this season where I want you to get to know a little bit about me instead of you just hearing me saying random shit about other people's lives and things and experiences. A lot of times when people have seen me express myself, they don't like it. Because expressing yourself there's no volume or no level of expressing yourself. Sometimes the root is, if I just mentioned to you guys in the reflection, that I really did not get a chance to really express myself. Yes, I was the one that was really quiet and didn't say too much, which means that a lot of pain that I received, it was really solid. But when I finally got myself together and understood the roots and where they come from and writing them down and having them in order, I realized, I am I need to express myself. So if something is not right, express yourself. Tell somebody that that's not right. Tell somebody that they're wrong. Tell somebody anything that you have to tell them in order for them to understand that that actually hurt you. Sometimes people take the aggression and take how loud you talk, and they don't even hear the rest of what you're saying. But there's also a message behind it. Express yourself. What it just proves is, what you'll learn and understand is that people are just only emotional about the sound instead of the message. And those people have to fix something themselves, but that's on their own time. But what you're not gonna do is have people sit back and be comfortable in their own bullshit, meanwhile, while they're doing shit to you. That's right. With them expressing yourself, I want you to be okay with failing. I want you to be okay with making mistakes. For the ones who feel like they cannot make a mistake and the ones who have to be perfect and everything has to fall exactly what they envision, trust me, you are a mannequin. That will not exist. That does not go that way. I don't care if you go get your sky daddy and say that God's gonna bring you somebody like that or bring you around people like that. You're still gonna have to adjust. Because for everything that somebody that you want to have, you gotta be able to adjust yourself as well. And I'm not talking about financial, I'm not talking about materialism. I'm talking about you having to exchange yourself and change yourself a little bit for compromise. But being okay to sometimes try real hard to fail, it's better to try and fail than to not try at all. I know we've all heard that. Express yourself. What happens a lot of times is that we say that we have people around us, but we've never put them to the test of anything. When things are not working well, when things doesn't go as planned, when the ball gets dropped, this is when we find out who we really are around, who we really are. Allow yourself to go through those things. You never know who you are with controversy. You'll never know if your mate is really about that life until controversy comes in. They ready to up and get gone every chance they get? Nah. That ain't how life goes. Because in life, a lot of things that we do that did not get successful, we didn't run from it. Our mothers and fathers have failed one point or another, but they didn't say, you know what, it's time to send them to abortion. We done, you know, send them to a foster home, whatever. And for the ones who did, it's still okay, because that's still something that makes you unique. Be okay with things not going the way that it is in your mind. A lot of times I realize that you hurt yourself by thinking that way, because you don't have a plan B or C together. See, when I move in life, I make sure that I have a A, B, C, and D, which I've already discussed, because I can express all of those things. I can look in the mirror and say that I made a mistake, and I can look in the mirror and say I did a great job, and my energy level doesn't go too high or too low. I understand that just being a human. That's right. Express yourself. Quit worrying about what everybody feels about your body. Who cares what they feel about your hair? Who cares? Who cares? Be good with it to yourself. Understand though when you're being a little bit too much. A little extra, a little dramatic, a little sensitive. Make sure you know that. One thing that I've always learned from a special someone, they said, whatever you are, if we put 100 of them in there in the room with you, you would probably lose your mind worse. You put 100 sensitive people together, you wouldn't make it throughout the day. This is where balance is needed. This is where you got to understand that people have their own personal position in your life, and you may not even be great at it. But are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing? Express yourself. Don't ever let nobody make you feel less of a person, no matter what they have. Oh, I'm smart. Oh, I got money. Oh, I got this. It don't make a damn bit of difference, because one slip up can have them right in the position of where we all are, all trying to get ahead. We have to keep ourselves in mind to understand that we are all trying to go up. We all don't have it. No one is sitting on top of a mountain. So don't belittle yourself. Don't belittle yourself. Express yourself. What you truly believe in, the morals and ethics that you have, that's been given and passed down to you, you have to now understand that you are creating a life for yourself. And some of those things that you have been taught were wrong as hell. And a lot of those things are right. But you now have to pick through. Sometimes saying things came from generation to generation doesn't always seem great. There are traumatic things that get passed down to you, and then now you are living these same truths to be self-evident. But you're not created equal. Express yourself. Make yourself let your DNA run through this world. So let me go ahead and get to you. Hey, how are you? I'm WALLYWORLD. For the ones who have not been paying attention. I understand where I came from. I understand my beliefs. You're not going to talk to me any type of way. You're not going to treat me any type of way. I don't care what you've done in your past. It has nothing to do with me. I am only here to help you in your present and your future. I am willing to stand on the front line for you when I feel as though you're worthy of it. I'll give you anything that I have, materialism and all, if you deserve it. And if I'm allowed. I can do this with a smile on my face, or I can do it with the face I got right now, which seems so dead. But it's all about the efforts. And before I ever in my life get muzzled or silenced because I can't be handled, then get me out of that room full of a bunch of sensitive mofos. Get me out of that room of a bunch of know-it-all mofos. Get me out of that room of a bunch of I'm just too good for school type mofos. I don't want to be in that room. I want to be in the room where it's all about growth, building things together, understanding that we're human, understanding that we're going to have flaws, understanding that those flaws cannot be detrimental because we all have them. I want you to get to know me. That's right. Expressing myself. In this world, it's hard to do that. Very hard to do that because the world is just so closed in. Everybody's afraid no one's willing to make the unit stronger. You know what's so crazy? We sitting here, Q, we just had this conversation, so I'm gonna mention it. People are more happy to be by themselves and be single than be with somebody that actually can be with them and love them. That's crazy. That's crazy. People feel like being single is a great thing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you go look back, everything in the world shows you that being single is not it. If you go to any other country besides the one you're in, single is not really a good thing. They show you on your taxes how you barely get anything when you put single on your shit. You don't even get money. You don't get no type of advancements. They leave you last. That lets you know what they feel about you. Because it's not about that. It's about enjoying life with people and building with people and being around somebody who actually loves you, not just tolerate you. I learned that years ago, Q. You know, we already talked about that, but you don't want to be around nobody that just tolerate you. Because they're not ready to tolerate themselves. You want to be around somebody who just understands and just feel like I just can't live without you. Rather if it's friends, family, whatever, you gotta have people that you think about more than you think about yourself. And the reason why people are willing to be single is because they're not willing to do exactly what I mentioned. I am at a point right now in my life where I'm happy that I don't have to think like that. It's a good way to come out that dark cloud, man. When you got people around you that just really just F with you just because of who you are. Give or take, things might happen. Give or take, things might fall through. Give or take, arguments might happen. Give or take, just give or take, man. We're gonna go through those things when you have 2 different personalities or 3 different personalities or 5 different personalities. It's going to happen. It is not gonna be pictures and cream. We all see it all the way down to elementary school that people say, I'm not your friend anymore. And they don't talk for like 4 or 5 days, but then they're back in the sandbox. It's just natural living. When you're expressing yourself, make sure that when you're expressing yourself, that you are expressing yourself to the person that understands who you are, where you come from. That's right. A lot of us be expressing ourselves, assuming that people know where we absolutely come from. They don't understand why you're so aggressive. They don't understand why you're so soft-hearted. They don't understand why you're so mad. They don't understand why you love so much. They don't understand why you hate everybody around you. It's just, this is why it's all about really digging within. Express yourself. Expression is great. Music is expression. Art is expression. Everything around us is expression. The way you put on your clothes and why you didn't put on your clothes like your next door neighbor is a form of expression. The way you cut your grass, the reason why your house is painted a certain color. Everything is an expression and a representation of yourself. And everybody loves different. Everybody loves different. But when you get to the point where you can't look in the mirror like I did, I didn't know who I was anymore, it's time for you to start changing and expressing yourself. Start telling them people around you that it hurts when they do these things to you. Start telling these people that you're sorry when you didn't do what you're supposed to do. It should never be a problem of saying you apologize, and it should never be a problem of somebody accepting it. If they really give a fuck about you. Have great intentions, no matter what you do. Rather if it has to hurt people's feelings or not. But never forget who you are. Express yourself. There are so many people that are fighting for things that you have already received because all they did was express themselves. Just think about that. There are people, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, everybody fought for things that they could not get, that you are using for free. Exactly. I know you thought about that. A lot of you got to go back to the drawing board and start talking back to grandmamas and grandfathers, great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers, and find out what I'm talking about. If you want that job, express yourself. Don't have no ego and pride. If you got to go in there and let them see your face 5 times at their receptionist desk and that's what you want, then keep striving, keep going. No, you don't look stupid. If you got a new plan and you want to change it up, go do that. Fellas, if you got a lady, you want to encourage her, any chance you get, express yourself and explain to her, because all she needs is a little bit of a pat on the back. Sometimes she just need a little simple things to stay focused. Keep doing what you're doing. You got this. Keep doing it. Don't sit back and assume, fellas. Trust and believe. Ladies, same thing. Don't assume. Sometimes you got to start asking questions about what's going on. You'll probably find out why people start feeling the way they feel. It's our duty and our job to do those things. Same thing that goes to your friend and your family members. Sometimes don't worry about what happens on the outside. Worry about what the root of the problem is. A lot of us have those issues and problems. No one's perfect. Be willing to express yourself and tell them that sometimes if you need me, I'm here. I know you're going through it, but you know what? Give me a call. Express yourself and say, I'll pull up on you. Do you need a hug? Yeah, it might be a man, he may not be into it, but give him a hug anyway. You'll never know how that makes somebody feel. Closing in and making somebody fight for you and fight for your friendship, fight for your love, fight for your whatever, that ain't cooking. That ain't cooking. I told you a few episodes back what it end up giving to you. You end up getting cheated on with some shit like that. Really. But it's all about bringing this together. We can't do this thing by ourselves, no matter how hard we think we are. We can't succeed no matter how much we pray to the sky daddy, because faith without work is dead. Sometimes you gotta work a little harder, bring yourself out of your shell sometimes, just to get the real fruits of our labor. Express yourself. What you confess with your tongue can't just be the only thing that you do. Expressing yourself comes with action. You'll be surprised how much, like I told you about your situation, you'll be surprised how much I'm sorry can go a long way in your situation. I'm not here to tell your situation through here, because this is my problem. This is my issue. This is my things that I put on here. I don't put connecting the dots, but you understand what I'm saying. I've said the same thing to you, G, in your situation in life in the past. I said, man, you'll never know how much a simple I'm sorry. I want to do better but can't. Don't know how. Can go a long way. I'm willing to do if you show me. Goes a long way. It might take some time, but I'm willing to do it every day, no matter how hard it is. That goes a long way, man. Express yourself. Quit assuming that people think they know what you own. They don't know this. And if you gotta do it every week, that's what it comes with. Know your people around you. The more we express ourselves, the less we have to look inside to try to prove something to anybody, because it's seeping out. It's seeping out. Who we are is exactly what it is. You don't take no shit, it's gonna come. It's gonna come out. You a crier, it's gonna come. But that's okay. It's okay. I've got sensitive people around me, but guess what? Love them dearly. Love them dearly, because they show some things that I don't have. They fuck up a lot. They drop the ball a lot. They do a lot. It doesn't matter. I know where they come from. I know who they are. I know how hard they battle. I know. But that's me expressing myself to them to say, that's okay, you don't have to be perfect. Just try. And you barely find people in the world like that anymore. But I guarantee this, before that whole counseling trip, I wouldn't like this. So when people say that it's not effective, it is. You just gotta know how to manage it. Everybody's good inside. Something made you the opposite. Even though we have yin and yang amongst us. But if we show more positivity and love, then those bad things and those bad situations that you go through daily will ease away. And at that time, then you will know who exactly you need to thank. Express yourself. Nothing wrong with saying thank you. Never wrong with saying, you know what, you're being patient and I appreciate it. All those things mean so much. We got more people in the world saying F this person, F that person, this person ain't hitting on this, and all the flaws. Pinpointing the flaws. Let me tell you, see, back in my day, back in the day, you know, ex situation way back, she used to always do that. She expressed herself, but in the wrong fashion. Everything I knew was all the bad shit I did now. She counted. It's the 4th time you done some bad shit, but I ain't said about the 100 shit when she say, oh, I feel so great that you did that. I could probably count more about them on there, on the phone or in the voicemail, than you talking about bad shit I did. You want me to be perfect. And we politely, you know, parted ways back then. But we got back and ended up linking back up together down the line, right? And it was amazing how her just expressing herself later on and was like, you know what, back in the time I didn't understand what you was on, but now I understand what you were on. And I didn't hate her. I was just happy that a human being expressed themselves that could have been done 16, 17 years ago. But then we had to think about where we were. We were young. We didn't know. We had to go through the experiences. And everything that's green on the other, you think grass is green on the side, that sometimes it don't. It's got a bunch of snakes in it. You gotta be careful. So sometimes it's just best to express yourself and say, look, man, I'm here for the long haul, man. This is what it is. Express yourself. We are not guaranteed for people to just come in our lives out the blue to just want to just take care and love us and care about us. It's not. It's not an obligation. So when you do, you have to understand who they are, and what they are. And no matter what they do, take your moment, take a break, take whatever. But also, don't never let nobody make you feel smaller than what you need to feel. And I'm not saying that if they're telling you the truth about yourself and you need to hear it. Now that's different. You got to just get a little stronger. Or you got to bring your strength down a little bit just to listen. Either way, we all have something that we have to deal with. But within doing that, always leave the switch on to express yourself. Again, thank you guys for listening. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell while you're there. Let me know how you're feeling. If you got a music, business, or an event, you know to hit me up. FlameGameTime84@gmail.com. Let's give them your flowers while you're living. Do you feel? And as always, love yourself, love each other, be mindful, and be wise. And before I go and I try to enjoy my birthday, just have a reflectional moment on my birthday, I don't know how this is gonna go. Just you know, get away for a minute. You know I gotta say it to you. Peace and love.
What I try to do is just try to be still and understand that things come and go, emotions come and go. The important thing is to accept them all, to embrace them all, and then you can choose to do with them what you want versus being controlled by emotion. Stepping back and saying, yeah, I am nervous about the situation. Yeah, I am fearful about the situation. Well, what am I afraid of? And then you kind of unpack it. And then it gives you the ability to look at it for really what it is, which is nothing more than your imagination running its course, you know.